Okay, just taking a look at my series. Okay, yeah, you should be able to hear me at least. I'm going to go ahead and fix this so you can see me as I am. Yeah, still no views. I assume I'm getting stubbed by the algorithm. But no worries on that. Again, all my videos are live videos when they come out, and they've recently been quarantined or sectioned off into a separate subsection of YouTube, currently called dubbed the live section. And the only problem with that is those videos, basically most of the videos on my channel, especially the most recent videos, have lower visibility as a result. So it's harder for my videos to be seen and harder for traffic to be directed to my content as a result. So that's the reason why in every video I preface it by saying, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because those will help my statistics. Those will help the growth of my channel. And of course, donations, Benmo Stormer Show. Yeah, I'm thinking today, guys, it's already 2 o'clock. Wow. I'm still not sure. I'm thinking about it. There is a show later today, Soccer Mommy. And I'm thinking I might go to try to see it. But yeah, it's still more or less up in the air. It's one of those like annoying things where it's like $30 they tell you the ticket is, and then you go to buy it and it's like it's $60 now because of the convenience fee, and you're like, what? So that kind of makes it less likely that I would buy it. So I'm like, I can't really help the plane tickets. Like, I was trying to talk my mom into, and I guess I'll keep talking about this as I boot up the game, so at least we can get going on it. I was trying to talk my mom into letting me slide on the Christmas visit this year because the plane tickets are crazy. It's like $200-300. And she didn't go for that. She's like, "You're my gift, dude. It'd still be nice to have you." So yeah, I ended up getting the plane ticket after all, but I don't know. I guess like what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to live frugally. And as you guys might know, I recently bought a Legion laptop to replace this machine. When it crashed, it would not boot. It would not turn on at all. The machine that I'm currently streaming on, this one. I ended up getting it repaired. That was $200. Yeah, this is the Justice for All series. Trying to get it twisted. It looks like we're going to be doing another investigation today. And yeah, I definitely prefer the trials. But yeah. I recently got the Legion laptop over there. There's nothing wrong with it. I love the laptop. I think it's an excellent machine. But I'll be returning it partly because Amazon's being very lenient and generous with their return policy. You can return things all the way through February now, which is extremely convenient as a customer. But also because I can get more recent components, more current parts, and ones that, based on what I've seen, have the capacity to perform better. But again, I'm not really sure how much stock I should put in that kind of stuff, especially considering I haven't seen any performance issues on that laptop thus far. That said, I haven't really gamed on that machine, so it's hard to say on that front how it performs, but I imagine it would predict it would perform just as well as this computer does. This is June 21st, 3:24 p.m., Crane Village. I'm still thinking about going to that Soccer Mommy concert later today, but I'm really not sure about it. I'll be at 8 o'clock. I'm thinking it might be good because it would get me out of the house, but at the same time, not going would save me a significant amount of money. Like, I'd probably be saving like $60-70. Maybe more after you take into account parking and stuff like that. and gas. Of course, I had to drive down to the venue, so there's that. Pearl says, "Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick." "You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway." And it's Phoenix. Don't take after Maya, Pearl. It's Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. Thought about this little. Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man. She definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? We're trying to figure that out. That murderer person. Yes, Pearls. Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. Giant rock that seems to be reaching for the sky. And yeah, sorry in advance, guys, if it's hard to understand me. I'm sitting back in my normal comfort configuration, which is me sitting all the way with my back in the chair. And because of that, my face is further away from the microphone itself. Hopefully it's not too hard to understand what I'm saying. The microphone is still facing me, pointing in my direction, and turned all the way up, so hopefully it's still somewhat easy to understand me. Let me see if I can take a look at the microphone levels real fast. Yeah, it seems like at least that the microphone is picking up the sound of my voice fairly consistently, so maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much. Again, you can see the microphone, it's here centered and stark. Blue Tech Nano, which Blue Yeti, which I believe is a pretty big name in audio parts and stuff like that. Big name in microphones is what I'm trying to say. Giant rock that seems to be reaching for the sky. Its origins are written on a beat-up old sign. It looks like this giant rock is called the Crane Boulder. There's a really complex why am I having such a hard time talking today? Explanation written here. But long story short, it's a big stone for spirits to live in, or something like that. You can examine basically everything. An old bus stop. It says Crane Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since they only come 3 times a day. Yeah, some of that was going on in Europe too. I remember, what was it? It was Nice, France. The southern region of France, and I was trying to coordinate the bus schedule there, and it was a little bit inconvenient for that reason. Like, some of the buses only come like once or twice a day. So yeah, that's a hassle. Yeah, I'm still thinking about going to Japan next year over the summer. I haven't really made a decision on that yet. Yeah, it's up in the air, so to speak. It's an old style phone booth. Can't say it fits in with this area too well. Called the police from this phone. Rustic thatch roofed houses where the other villagers live along the street. They're nowhere near as large or as nice as the manor front. It's kind of odd that I don't see any other villagers walking around now. The biggest, most elegant of the buildings I can see from here. This is Fey Manor, the place Maya calls home. It's easy to be overwhelmed by its presence. Okay, trying to move my stuff so it's not competing. Move my screen over a little bit. Let me make sure I'm still in focus. Yeah, I am. Great. Okay, yeah, it's already 2 o'clock today, guys. I'll try to get around to Spiritfarer today and Hearthstone. What I might do is swap Wrath for Hearthstone and do 3-parter today. This Spiritfarer Wrath, and then tomorrow follow it up with another Wrath in Hearthstone. That might make more sense. I kind of have to see what my mileage today looks like and how much I get there. Again, it's already 2 o'clock p.m. So yeah, and probably the main issue I had with this latest laptop I've got is the price. Like, it seems like it's almost unavoidable that I have to spend like thousands of dollars on a laptop. I mean, it makes sense. These are gaming machines. They're built to perform, but I still somehow wish that they were more budget friendly. I'm gonna put it that way. I was actually had my eye on a couple of HP Vectis laptops, which are budget friendly machines that HP puts out. Some of those are like 600, 700 bucks. So much more reasonable. I'm just not really sure how they would fare performance-wise in compared to these Legion machines. My presumption is worse. That thing over there probably can handle a lot more of a workload. Much more challenging games. Today's trial. So what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I'd never seen so many people before. Oh. Mystic Maya looks so small and helpless. Yeah, she actually changed into your older sister for a while there. Yeah. Maya's already naturally short, so... I mean, she wasn't even herself for like half of that trial. And then that snobby woman with ruffly clothes. Ruffly, oh, she means Francisca. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Hopefully she doesn't bring her whip back, because that could be a violent encounter for you, Pearl. She's whipping everybody. Like, actually, like, physically whipping people. Like, people used to do to the slaves. Like, what? Like, how is... Yeah, like, how is this allowed? Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? She's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. I think it could go both ways, really, in the courtroom. They say, like, the public defenders and the defense attorneys are trying to prove people's innocence and defend people, but I think there's a lot of, like, deal-making and stuff like that that goes on in real life to try to get, like, reasonable sentences, and I think both prosecutors and defenders in the courtroom are sometimes put in morally questionable positions due to their profession. Like, I don't think it's ever possible to be a truly good, I want to say, like, virtuous lawyer in a complete sense. Like, I don't think that's possible. That's, I think part of the reason maybe why they make so much money. Like, any profession where you make that much money, I don't think it's possible to always be a warrior for good and justice. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. That's terrible. But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? I wish she kind of took it after more like Edgeworth. There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a guy eventually. He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Yeah, there she goes. Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, he was also wearing the old-fashioned tie. I wonder what happened to those. That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. What happened to him, too? I remember him being on trial, but I can't remember if he ever actually got convicted. Like, I actually can't remember how the last game ended. I can't recall. Huh? Latched onto his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. Oh, he actually died in the last game? Oh, snap. I do not remember that. I actually don't remember that. That's too bad, she says. Yeah, no recollection of that. It must be what was related to that trial, but it was like part of a cover-up or something. By the way, yes, what is it? Because I remember getting him out of jail time in the last game. I remember that. Like, I remember you defending Edgeworth at some point. Would you happen to know anything about the murderer? You wouldn't happen to know who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? You're a family of mystics. I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. You didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? On top of that, this key. When did she pick this up? I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Rose, where were you, and what were you doing when the murder happened? Ah. What I was doing? I wasn't doing anything. He's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Here we go again. Double locks. Ah. Guess you can see through my lie, huh? Yeah, clearly. Can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? Okay, Pro, we're gonna play this the hard way, aren't we? Take that! I do think this is kind of funny. Pearl's alibi. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? Why would she be hiding it? Unless she had something to do with the murder, why would she have anything to hide? But if I can't just tell you what happened, and I'll guess what happened, how does that sound? What, you could do that? You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? Was she side room, channeling chamber, winding way, or meditation room? I believe she was in the winding way. I have a funny feeling she was in the winding way. The winding way. That's where you were found. You got it. Do you think you can tell me now? Sorry, not yet. Man, oh man, what's next? I think I know what we're doing here. You really know that much? I am a lawyer, you know. What was it Pearl was doing in the winding way? I want to say it's the key. It's something to do with the key. Try it. Feel just a little better, huh? You're a lawyer, but you're also still just a person after all. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to refer to the guide because it keeps on keeping track of the times that I made mistakes, and if too many of these add up, I don't want to fail this episode based on that. And look at that, I'm already at 50%. I can make 4 or 5 more mistakes before I fail this episode. Kind of harsh, game. Kind of harsh. Alright, we're going to have to look at our judges. Use one of our lifelines. Yeah, I'm still not sure about the laptop. I think I'm going to return it to save some money and have a slight upgrade. But again, there were no problems with that laptop, so you know, I think they just charged too much. That's the only problem I had with that machine. And the keyboard's not as nice as this one. Like this keyboard, the Skill Series on this MSI is phenomenal. Like it is one of the best things about this laptop is that keyboard, and gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous to look at. Like. Actually, when I got this machine repaired when it wasn't powering on, I actually went in to pick up the laptop and he still had it open like this and on. My suspicion is to attract customers because this keyboard is breathtaking to look at. Like it is somewhat like a laser light show. That's how I describe it. Like just a wave of color. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And there are different configurations you can have too. This is probably the best keyboard that I've seen on a laptop. Okay, anyway, give me a second, guys. Justice for all. I wonder if it's the case that we can't. We don't have the information yet. Because that was the case for a couple of different parts of the previous episodes. We just didn't have enough information. I believe we're part 3 investigation. Winding way. You see someone near the incinerator. Oh. You can't break them yet. See, that's one of the worst things about this game is it doesn't give you enough information. So there are some people probably like myself who just keep on going through the list of evidence to try to find something that matches. Like the key made the most sense because she gave you the key. It makes sense that she was looking for it or she found it out there. Right? It logically follows. So, you know, some of these other ones don't really make as much sense, but I can totally see how you're just like guessing through this list of evidence because there's like 12, 15 pieces of evidence. It's easy to get confused as a player and you don't really know. There's no indication in the game that you don't have enough information yet to present evidence. Present the black key. I did that, right? I see. So you present the key, but you don't use it with the green key thing. It's still a little bit confusing how it works. Yeah, the Magatama. So you're not supposed to use this yet. Investigate, gather more clues. So present the key. About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where'd you find this? I found it in the incinerator. Incinerator? Is she talking about the one in the garden? The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. What was that? It was after the channeling when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you going to tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes, if she finds out I was playing in leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. I don't even think it's necessarily safe for you to be playing in the incinerator, to be honest. That seems kind of dangerous. Where was she in the first place? Why aren't you being supervised? Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her. Alright. The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Like, I think I would be more concerned about her being totally unsupervised as there's a murder taking place. That seems kind of like a health issue. Kind of like a safety issue is what that seems like. Detention center visitor. I am speed questioning. She'll be done a bit later. I'll come back. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. Let's go to the offices. This case has had me out of the office most of the time. I can come back tomorrow. Helping Maya should be my top priority now. Yeah, I mean, you don't go to the office half as much as you did in the last game, it seems like. Okay, we have to go to the meditation room. 21st Bay Manor, meditation room. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. And we gotta keep our heads on a swivel because people can just pop out of nowhere on these investigations. Like, go somewhere new, someone new pops up. They're just like hanging around the crime scene. Someone with a lot of skill wrote these 4 Chinese letters with a brush. Here's a translation, once in a lifetime. Water underground. It's a message. These people should value their ghostly meetings as once in a lifetime chances. In a lifetime. Or at least to the channeling chamber, the place where spirits and people. This is not my beautiful wife, and this is not my beautiful house. The iron in this door was tempered, making it very solid, but I guess it wasn't strong enough to withstand the phoenix. Yeah, I should say so. I'm amazed they didn't charge you for those damages. Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only thieves would know. Let's see. Here's one in English. It says, 100 ways to save money. A medium sounds like a rough way of life. I feel like that's a concern for everybody. Even the rich, they just have to worry about it less. Or at least to the winding way. The weather outside looks really nice. Like, the rich don't need to get as creative when it comes to saving money. That's one of the challenges of being poor in middle classes. You really have to think outside the box sometimes to make ends meet. Kind of messed up. But let's just move on. Handling chamber, the scene of the murder. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. Doing it looks like she's talking to a picture. You know your daughter's on trial for murder. What you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. Does she have something to do with it? I've waited for this day so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in the... Who's there? I don't have a good voice for any of the Fays. Like, they're all just so generic, right? Like, oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Maybe we should try that voice for Morgan. Just curious, but that picture you were just looking at. Oh, today was that event. Was it not good, sir? I heard you did well. Oh, yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. Yes, your daughter's trial. You're the worst mother ever. Don't supervise your youngest. Don't go to the trial of your middle daughter. Your oldest daughter's dead. Like, as I had a previous engagement, I had to watch over the trainees' training today. Oh yeah, because that's more important. I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture. All because the master can't be here with us, you understand. That is why a lonely branch family member such as myself must do this. But what does it all mean, Morgan? The world screen is really showing its age. All its edges are a bit tattered. The lettering is fading too. I recognize a few of the characters on here. True Rain. I'm pretty sure that's why it's what it says. Maybe I'll ask Maya about it later. That is the name of the village, after all, and apparently the name of that rock as well. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is, it feels important. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface. Some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. I guess they're used during the channeling, so people can help see themselves. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. Although, a good thing about going to the show today is I could cross another venue off my list of venues that I've been to. I've been to Larimer Lounge to see Anthony Roptek. I've been to Red Rocks to see Phoebe Bridgers. I have not yet been to the Ogden. Soccer Mommy could be one of the first shows that I have seen. Soccer Mommy isn't really one of my favorite musicians. She has a few songs that I like Circle the Drain. Circle the drain, 'cause I'm going down. Hey, I've been falling apart these days. Split open, watching my heart go round and round. Round and around, circle the drain, 'cause I'm going down. That's probably my favorite song of hers. And I also like her Your Dog song. I don't wanna be your dog. There's some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can reach back there, so it's completely dark. There wasn't any back here at the time of the murder. That's what Lana testified in court. I knew I should have taken a look. I can always count on Lana to make things hard. A lot of dialogue in this game. Tons of dialogue in this game. Like, if you do not like reading, you're going to hate this game. I can almost guarantee that you will hate this game if you hate reading. Reading and problem solving. If you hate reading and problem solving, it's going to be a terrible time. Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. Were you in this room the whole time Lana and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. Formed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything happen? She would be someone you could ask about the actual possession phase of the channeler. Because she would presumably know stuff about that. So it's like, how does it work? What, like, the question Phoenix should be asking her is, so who was that possessed Maya? Is it possible that person murdered Gray instead of Maya, and she just used Maya as like a medium? Get to asking Phoenix. Did anything happen? It's less important where Morgan was, and more important what she knows. I would like to say more did, however, that's all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes. possibly be more patronizing? We're trying to get your daughter off of a murder charge here. Do students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They're given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However, I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training. Mr. Wright. Yes. She got real scary real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They're to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Semantics. Sorry, I mean Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? I mean, she isn't actually a Mystic yet, right? Next question, please. Oh man, she's really being a pain in the butt about this. Please remember to watch only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. Well, okay, I won't offend you. The Master. So the Master is, Mother Maya, right? Maya's mother, right? Wait, I thought that was you. Mystic Misty, she's brilliant. Oh, okay. So she's the aunt. Yeah, okay, she's the aunt now. Where's she now? We're not sure. Not sure? About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty, failed at channeling a certain spirit. After that, she simply disappeared. What would that even mean, to fail at channeling something like that? Do you, like, lose your identity, or what? Like, you just become like a human blue screen, like you go into, like, a coma or something? Like, what does that even mean? I don't believe she will return to this village. I gotta do this. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who's been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Oh, I see. Wait, what? That is 4 years from now for her. If that happens, a new master will be appointed to Crane Village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid. Just be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. And you would know that she isn't the guilty party, based on what you understand about possessions. Channelings. What would suggest that? This? Yeah, Mimi Miney. You think about this. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid my spiritual powers are not as strong as you might think. I really am terribly sorry. This has nothing to do with your spiritual power. It has to do with the murder trial. Mimi Miney, she's the one who possessed your niece and killed that man. You would know about that, wouldn't you? Is there anything else you would maybe know something about this? The key to this room. That's right. Why do you have it, good sir? That I'm not telling. Return it at once. I can't. It's evidence, after all. I think she knows exactly how important this key is to this murder. But what is this feeling I'm getting from her? It feels, can't describe it. Do you have something to do with the murder? How dare you! How dare you be guilty of the murder? Yeah, and the knife? The knife was there on the scene, so why is the knife used? Or did she just smuggle that in? Yeah, I guess it is possible she smuggled it. This is where the medium sits, I presume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. No matter what I do, my eyes keep getting drawn to the pool of blood in the center of it. The pool of blood, yes! The meditation room is on the other side of this very heavy lock door. The lock on it is broken, well, because I broke it. It doesn't seem possible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. When we want to do something bad now, people can do the most amazing things. I don't think I would label this among your highest accomplishments, Phoenix. Breaking doors is... Like I said, it's something a hooligan would do. A vandal, as they would call them. Bay Manor, Winding Way. June 21st. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator every time. Looks like they've noticed me. And now we're running at the top speed towards me. Ah! Oh, it's Eeny Miny. Yeah, she's perhaps more strange than her sister. Stranger than her sister. Oh, hey. Like, you're that desk guy. I like totally. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Down to business. Eeny, miny, mo. Oh, like, real suave, so it's like my turn. It's nice to see you too. So what's up? You're all out of breath. What were you doing with that incinerator, Eeny? We know you're hiding something underneath that hat of yours. Where were you at the time of the murder, huh? Huh? Out with it. The truth will be revealed. Like, huh? Oh, like you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here. Yeah, totally. Excited? Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's, like, the real deal here. Oh, like the incinerator. Oh, really, for example? For example, like, that urn over there. Do you, like, know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. But what do you know about it? Oh. Clues here, but what about this urn? It's really old urn. There are ashes of a person long dead. Looks like something with long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting. It's time to move on. Like, I don't really care, and I was about to say this, I don't really care for Soccer Mommy's latest song. Shotgun waiting to sound. Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like shotgun waiting to sound. Oh, yeah. Like, I think it's more of like a mainstream love song, which are the exact kind of songs I hate. That's the side room. Looks like guests can use it as a place to take a break when they feel tired. Like, I'm trying to think, like, who's my favorite artist in the room? I just miss Biba Doobie as well. I think that was probably an amazing show. Yeah. They like... Wait, Wise Blood. Yeah, Wise Blood is good. I like that Only Heartbreaker song that Mitski does too. Like, I think Mitski has like the opposite thing going on. Like, where her latest songs are like freaking amazing. Although I think Mitski, she has a pretty good catalog of songs. Like, she has several hits that I really like, which is not common. Not common at all. Plant a garden with a small lamp of decorations. It's a bit small to walk around in. That incinerator piques my curiosity. Yes, there's something about the incinerator. The girl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume. There's blood on it. Tiny bit, but still. Cloth scrap added to the court record. Cloth scrap, unburned remains found inside the garden incinerator. A small amount of blood is on it. So someone tried to burn this. This key was also found there. Get the feeling this incinerator played a crucial part in this murder. People just keep using this incinerator to dispose of all the evidence. They tried to burn it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like... I've seen Coldplay in concert, and that was such a memorable show, Coldplay. Like, that was an incredible concert experience in Phoenix. And I saw them, I think, in 2017 or 2012. But yeah, that was one of the best shows I've ever been to. That Coldplay concert. Yeah, it makes sense, because Coldplay is another band that has had, like, over a dozen hits, like, actual hits. A bunch of number ones. Or at least, like, popular songs. Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Like, yeah, it's like the village's treasure. Oh, didn't know that. It's sealed inside that urn. It's, what are you talking about? Like, you know, Amy Faye's spirit.
Amy Faye? Who's that? Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that found that the Korean channeling technique was mistaken Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit life lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faith family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic, huh? That urn is really as romantic. Important as she says, and it could be about a flu. Eni, I want to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Graves, remember? That there's another one? Oh, that one. Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping inside her. That's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on, what a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh, yeah, you introduced Dr. Gray to Korean Village. No relation, sure. Even if you're only acquaintances, that still means you knew them. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was the nurse at the clinic. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to do with this murder? I don't know yet, but I'm really trying to chase down everything I can. Okay. Cyclops? Like, what is it? Looks like I'm going to need something to pry your mouth open on this one. Cyclops? Not Bike-Locks, but Cyclops. They look like Bike-Locks, don't they? Let's go see how Morgan's doing. Move to the channeling chamber. I've already done that. I've already done that, thank you very much. Would you know anything about this cloth scrap? Know anything about this key? Know anything about the murder weapon? Did you know anything about this knife that was there at the scene? Okay, yeah, you know absolutely nothing. Disgrace! June 21st, Buffet Manor, side room. The bedding is all laid out today, too. Guess I'll leave them alone for now. Ooh. Excuse me. Who am I talking to? There's no one here. Then why is there a bulge there? Reminds me of Ferris Bueller's. It's a decorative wooden bear. There's a plate attached to the base. Crane Village, the heart of Chandler. What? That's a souvenir. So does this mean it's easy to spot bears here and for them to spot you? Getting eaten by a bear is not on the agenda for me today. It's a small alcove. I have no idea what it's supposed to be or something. If I had one of these in office, I would end up in storage space. Here it's decorated by some pretty flowers and a beautiful hanging scroll. Look in the chest. I keep wondering about this box. I'm sure this wasn't here before the murder took place. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. Mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes at the bottom. I wonder if a person could fit inside. It's still charming to see a real sliding door like this in person. From here I can see the winding way and the little garden in the courtyard. But what is of significance to this case, Phoenix? What is it doing there? What is she doing here? What are these things doing here? What do you think about this? Terribly sorry, I'm afraid. Are we just good to go now, or what? I see, so they went in a different order. So we gotta go to the detention center. Talk to Maya, go back to Kareem. Dang, dude. These investigations are like crazy. Like how long they are. Like they are absolutely long. Maya's back. Hey, Nick, I've been waiting. You look so helpless. Nick said, self-defense, you get no jail time. What'd you find out? I found a few things. Is it so bad you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little bit more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. Don't worry, Maya, we'll get you off. Sorry, Nick, every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. Actually, true, I don't know why you did not testify. Your testimony would have been crucial for this case, so where was it? Maya. So how was it, today's trial? You're fantastic. Oh, that's right, she was possessed, so she couldn't answer questions. Very convenient. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. That would make a great Hollywood movie. Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya. It's lying, really. Hey, Nick, the person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it? Well, the fact that you need to ask that question in the first place seems to even cast doubt on the concept and notion that you were the murderer. I mean, how would you not know? Unless you were possessed, unconscious, not fully present, something was interfering with your ability to perceive and or remember things. Of course not, you're completely innocent. If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in the room, the two of us, right? Did you check behind the folding screen? And how would she not know? You're the one participating in the channeling ceremony. So how would you not know how it works? Check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anything there. It's exactly what Law said too. And how would she not know what that entails? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. Sis, what'd she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Now that you mention it, wait, then I really am. You're not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. What? Drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning. You were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. How would she have no recollection of any of this? Pearl's alibi. I'd ask you about the pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? Wait, Nick. You don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. You never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid and really cute. Really great and cute. But what does she have to hide? Why would she not be telling the truth? Again, unless she had something to do with the murder, I don't know why she would not be telling you the story. I didn't really think she was the murderer. But yet she's keeping her little secrets and she's hiding evidence. That's not a very good sign, Maya. And she's definitely hiding something. We were there on that day, right? Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball. Ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. So about this ball. Nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the challenge on that day. Really, really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? She wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Curly's always hiding in there. In the side room, there's a clothing box in there. I've seen it multiple times. And yet we didn't know what to make of it. We never even thought to look inside of there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. Clothing box in the side room, huh? Yes, we've seen it, Maya. Don't you worry, we've seen it. We know exactly what to make of it. What is it? Not too sure myself, but I found it just now outside the furnace. Is it trash burning already? I don't think it's very environmentally friendly to burn your trash. That's not something I would know about. I guess she didn't notice the blood stain on it. Probably better that way. Did you know this came from your attire, Maya? I upset her again. It really was me, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Do you not remember anything? That's a knife from my family's kitchen. I'll never be able to use it again. It's alright, I'll buy a new one, okay? That's not the point. I don't ever want to see another knife ever again. People possess me and they force me to use these things to kill people, and I don't know why. How do you not know? remember any of this, Maya. You get full-on possessed and you lose control of yourself. I would be worried more about knives. I'd be worried more that someone's going to possess you and force you to do something unethical. Darn tootin'! Hey, wait, please, Lana. She ran off into the manor. She's taller than a hickory smoked sausage. It's too bad we don't have the voice actress for Sandy here. Voice Lana. That would be freaking incredible if we had that. Well, darn tootin'! I try my best, but I'm no Sandy. I'll tell you that. Yeehaw! Lana. Hey! Telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm worthless piece of trash. Lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust. What are you saying? Are you hiding something? Morgan, what is it? Must you be so noisy? We have a rule here. The hallway is not for running. Now then, in a calm manner, ask you a question. Okay, anyway, did you see Lana come by here? That girl from Heartland. I'm sorry, but she did not pass by here at any time. Lana, you sure know how to waste a man's time. Your daughter sure knows how to get herself in trouble for murders. Oh, it's you. It's always you, isn't it? Traffic accident. Present the thing. The problem is you have to present exactly the right evidence to get her to talk. If you try to do the Magatama and present the wrong evidence, it will actually dock you points. You will actually lose the trial if you keep doing that. Which is why I don't really do it all that much. It doesn't really encourage experimentation. Because of how it's set up. Like, if you screw up, I don't know what it means to lose all your points, but I'm pretty sure that means you have to start the entire trial over. Pretty sure that's what that means. Or maybe just the investigation. I don't know, but I don't want to get to 0. Figure out what happens. Pretty sure I saw Lana run in this direction. That does look like she's here. Look how long this stuff takes. Like, even just setting you back to the beginning of the current day, I feel like would be a harsh penalty. There's this ball. Pearl's ball. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? Pearl's ball taken. Pearl's favorite toy. She was playing with it at the time of the murder, it seems. The clothing box, Pearl's balls, usually kept. I wonder what's inside. What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person. Just another piece of human trash. Need a hole to crawl into. Lana, I knew you could hide in there, but why are you in there? Crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into. Lana, why don't you just join the winning team? Huh? Again, stop trying to withhold valuable pieces of evidence. And don't tell lies. There's a small hole in the clothing box. It's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this clothing box added to the court record? There's a hole that looks like a bullet hole about 8 inches off the ground. So this box, it seems to imply that this box was inside of that room. So it's possible this box was in that room. At the time, it was behind the folding screen. Someone jumped out. That's what that means to me. Let me see if I can do this without screwing up. Meditation room next. For what? Meditation room. Of course. Pearl's back. Yippee-ki-yay. early. Where's Mr. Krabs? Huh? Cold. Laptops are great. Laptops. Pretty sure the next laptop I buy is gonna be. I'm thinking with the timing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep using this machine. Once this machine crashes, then I'm gonna purchase. I think the longer I can use this laptop and the longer it can work, the more technology will advance and the more powerful laptop I'll be able to get. If I can get a 14th generation i7, that is going to be much more powerful, much more efficient. I have to wait like 1 or 2 so things go on sale and then go. Man, I don't know what my day is going to look like. I was thinking I could just go to the menu. Because I think a soccer mommy show would be pretty cool. I think it would be quite cool. It's just not the time of year for this. It's too cold outside. And why did she have to pick this time of the year for that? I feel like asking her, I'm like, did you not know it was cold as heck? Did you not know it's freezing in Denver at this time of year? Actually, today it's not that cold. After this episode, I think I'm going to want to go on my special mission. Resetting up these nets. Tomorrow will also be nice. So, yeah, tomorrow will be 58. But yeah, all next week it's going to be freaking cold. Like it is going to be freezing for the rest of the week. Like there's no snow falling, but it's like it is actually freezing outside. Like I wouldn't say freezing, but it is cold. Everything is blue. My weather app. Everything is not warm and toasty. Like I'm pretty sure it's much nicer in San Bernardino. Yeah, San Bernardino, it's nice. Raining in Phoenix. Actually, the weather is actually similar to Phoenix right now. Wow. The difference, though, is that Phoenix is getting up into the 60s. That's the difference. Here, it's like 40s, 50s. Like it will not. It will go back down into the 40s here instead of going up into the 60s. That's the difference. Yeah, Miami's like freaking perfect right now. It's freaking 78 degrees in Miami. Like if you're gonna go on vacation right now, Miami's the perfect place. Go. Say anywhere in the Caribbean is probably feeling like $1,000,000. Keep playing with the idea. Houston's actually not bad right now either. It's a little bit warm, but not bad. Mazatlan is also very warm. I have a dream, fantasy, if you will, moving to Mazatlan someday. Like I kind of want to have like a winter home and a summer home. Like my summer home could be in Mazatlan. My winter home could be like I don't know. I would say Houston could be reasonable because you're back in the States, right? Wherever is like perfect in the summertime. Maybe even Denver could be a reasonable summer home. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? You know, the person with the fluffy cotton candy hair. Oh, she means Lotta. She said, don't look at me with them eyes, but not that scary, am I? I think that's quite what she meant. Your black, gray, soulless eyes. That's right. She also wanted me to tell you. Going on a trip to find myself, so don't bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. Welcome. Again, I think it's the way they talk, the face. It just seems so normal. Still in training, I don't know anything about it. I'm really deeply sorry. No, it's okay. I shouldn't have shown something so trivial anyway. Even though it's your ball, even though it's your favorite toy, you know nothing about it. That seems very strange. No reaction. Wow, you really have no knowledge of anything, do you? I wonder if it's because I have to use the Nagatama. Check it out. Girl's ball. Sacred urn. Was I supposed to get the urn? I don't remember that being added to the court record. Let me go back really super duper fast and see if I can get that urn. No, it wasn't Korean Village. No, it wasn't Examine. No, it was Move. Move to this one. Move to this one. Well, there's a spirit in this urn, huh? All I see are a bunch of cracks, but I guess maybe the spirit could live in the place between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am. Huh, weird. Sacred urn added to the core record. Amy-faced spirit is sealed within. It's chipped and cracked all over. Okie dokie. Okay. See, and I would have... If I was not following the guide, like, I never would have... Because we already examined that urn, right? We already looked at it. And it didn't add anything to the core record. Because it's a pacing thing in the game. Like, you have to cross certain thresholds before certain actions become possible. And you would have no way of knowing that unless you were looking at a guide. Like, you would have absolutely no way of knowing that. Unless, you know, a bunch of trial and error. Like, a bunch of trial and error. And I really don't want to spend that kind of time on my program testing out different options in the game. I don't know. I guess we could have a 3-hour long episode. I don't see what the problem with that would be, except I don't have that kind of time. Where's that? And plus, I have no viewers. A lot of people are going to be missing out on a whole lot of nothing. And that bothers me. Yeah, sure, I guess I can miss the Soccer Mommy show. I mean, if I really want to see Soccer Mommy, I can always listen to some of her music here at the house. Next to my fireplace, where it's probably much nicer. Pearl. Like, I really want to wait until there's, like, a band I really enjoy. Like, Fontaine DC will be playing here, and I'm really looking forward to that show. It'll be next year. I really need to look into when that is. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? What if I can't just tell you what happened? And yeah, I have all the way until February to return this other laptop, so I shouldn't worry too much about that. I shouldn't worry about holding on to what never gets used. I'm like, guess what happened? How does that sound? You can do that? Tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes. So annoying. You were in the winding way. We know you were in the winding way. Got it. So can you tell me now? Not yet. Oh man, what's next? I know you'll be doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I'm a lawyer, you know. I'm a fortune teller. I'm a sightseer. I'm the future teller, fortune teller. And I have the ability to see and tell all the ball. We were using it at the time, weren't you? You were playing with this ball. That's right. How'd you know? I told me that you loved to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. And then something happened. Something really bad happened. What do you mean something? Nothing happened. This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. This urn. It's again. There's like a story that must be told in the game. Like you had the ball, you knocked over this urn. Any other explanation is simply wrong, and you're going to get it wrong. So don't even try it. Don't even try any other explanation because it's going to automatically be wrong. You got to tell this predetermined narrative in the game. Discern, it's a village treasure, right? The spirited founder of the crane technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes, your grandma, I believe. Yeah, it's your grandma. Cracked all over, isn't it? There's 7 few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? Ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? If Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? Wouldn't she? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think it hit the bullseye. Strange that the lock hasn't broken yet. It's really an old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not weird to have a few cracks. Your voice is shaking. How can you tell if the urn's been broken? And then I present the profile. Amy Faye, right? Who started the crane channeling technique? It was Mystic Amy. That's right. How do you know? How do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. That's how I knew that someone must have broken it. Made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Therefore, it was broken, and then stick your head in doo-doo. Amy Faye was her name. There it is. There it is, boys. We knew it all along. Pearl's alibi. Around when Mystic Maya started the challenge on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball. That's when you broke the urn. Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Maya's, Amy, spirit fly away. That's not how it works. Don't worry. We'll never know, okay? Don't worry. Pearl, your secret is safe with me. I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe the village would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so... And again, you're completely unsupervised. No one is watching you. You could cut your hand on one of these sharp pieces, but no one cares. Not one person cared. Your aunt doesn't care. Your mom doesn't care. No one cared. Your aunt's not even here. She left the village, apparently. She went on a vision quest. And never returned. Thought you could put them together and no one would notice. Yes. Found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed it in here. The hallway, you mean the winding way? Yes. And you had time to do all of this while the murder was taking place. You really had time to do all of this. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. Like, in the middle of all the police and all of the detectives and investigators stomping around the crime scene, trying to interpret and collect data and evidence, you had time to put this face together. Really, you actually had time to do that. How long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, I might be strong in spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly skilled. Again, very big word for someone that's in the grade 4, or not grade 4, sorry, in kindergarten or preschool. 4 or 5 years old. That's a very big word. So it's hard to do the voice, okay? I finished the fixing urn and looked up. I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lana and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. I saw that I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick, what is it, Pearls? I'm going to get banished, aren't I? What? I really don't think that's going to happen. Don't worry. They don't banish... They don't banish 5-year-olds, okay? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that, Pearls. Don't worry about it. You're not an evil spirit, okay? They will not banish you. Besides, you're too young, okay? They wouldn't do that. Right? I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Again, I thought it was her ashes in there. No harm done, happy resolution fused. Sacred urn. Broken by Pearl the day before the murder, right before the murder, under repair in the hallway until police came. Sacred urn updated when report record. What is this expression she's making? Like... You can make it at home too. It makes you feel good, actually. It is quite wacky. Quite wacky. Well, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Present this box. The box with the bullet hole in it that was behind the screen. 6 parts. This valued treasure of the village. My mystic mile bull shot by a gun. Even if it was something that occurred during a channeling, it's an unforgivable act. So why do you let people bring knives and guns and pistols and all kinds of other weapons into the channeling chamber? That doesn't seem like that's good policy. Seems like anyone can bring any old thing into the channeling chamber. That seems like it could compromise the security and integrity of the ritual. I found everything I can, but I can see how it all adds up. Imani being just a coincidence? Hey, mister, how's it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? The nurse turns out to be Eni's sister. It's too convenient. I think Eni's sister possessed Maya and killed Dr. Gray. That's what happened. There are just a lot of gray places. A lot of gray spots. Places. A lot of gray areas, if you will. Talking to you. Teaching a little more about Eni, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. Can't be bothered to look over at trash like me, is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Ah, Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. Yeehaw! Now I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Got a hand to you. Sure know how to chase down garbage. Why is she being so self-deprecating now? Dang, Lotta. Grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Calm down, Lotta. It's gonna be okay. You're just falsifying evidence and faking court records. It's not a big deal. You know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? As for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with your lady's heart. Lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either. The notifications on my cellular phone. I am gonna probably be eating after this. I don't think I'm gonna go to the show. It is freaking cold out there. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna fly. Try to combine. I mean, it isn't that expensive of a show, so that's good. Okay. I received a mobile check deposit. I like the sound of that. Need more money in my bank account. So donation Venmo Stormer Show, you know where it is. Okay. You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Like, these investigations just go on and on and on. It's kind of crazy. Today's trial. I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. Hurt Maya really badly, Lana. You do realize that you were basically implicating her in this murder. I don't suppose you can forgive a guy like me. Yeah, I mean, you made mistakes. I mean, you said what you thought was true, but it was all not true. So that, you know. I'm thinking about soccer again. I think it's too cold. Too cold. Okay, Ogden Theater will give us a chance to cross it off, but I have a funny feeling there's going to be a better show. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Think about it. Check the hours of that view. Oh, I guess I could always go on the break too. I don't need to send it back right away. We're gonna get a break in a couple weeks, so I could just send it back during that time frame. Now, a lot of it. Yeah, no complaints of Anton mine or this laptop. It totally did not have anything to do with them or their service level. Our turn. Think I can save money by going with another option. That's all it is. Getting a better machine for less cash. Because there were no performance issues with this laptop at all. We're just not that rich. If I can save a buck, doggone it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because that's how people like me make it. They save money, a lot of money. I guess I can. Get to help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing at all. I'm just talking to myself, gibberish. I mean, people make honest mistakes all the time. There's no reason to hold a grudge or vendetta against them for making that mistake. That's all it was, really, was just a mistake. I mean, it wasn't like she had malicious intent, and even then, you could still forgive her. A lot of heart, at your service. I'll share with you all the dirt I dug up. Thanks. Don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Well, I did not take your money, now I know this one's an alien clone. Your murder. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think that is, Lana? Who do you think it is? Heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. In any meanie, Granny, and everyone else it could be, right? That Granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. So Lana suspects Amy. She might have already found some info on mysterious Amy. Off this box. I know nothing about that. Don't catch my eye on my interest. Call yourself a journalist. Or like an ingrate. We have to present Eni's profile to advance it. Okay, why does she look like someone from Saudi Arabia? Why does Amy look like that? Be my name and Amy. That's Eeny Meeny. That's Eeny Meeny, right? Again, they're so freaking long. I was wondering if you know anything about this girl.
You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day.
Her sister, she's the other one, the Dr. Gray one, called back from the spirit world. I'd heard as much. Also heard that Eni was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Crane Village. Don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? I don't know what the stopgap was. That was strange. Eni. Speaking of Eni, do you have any information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? Ha ha ha. It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. So here I thought free meant no more money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Hospitalized? But why? Heck, you go and find it on your own. What? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to be? Well, see, actually, it was going to be annoying. I reckon so. I didn't actually go there. That's the way gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds to you. I mean, look, don't blame the son. Oh, never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. Clinic hottie. And why doesn't she have any? Like, she gives you the lead, but she doesn't give you any information about it. Like, how did you know that? How did you know that Eeny Meeny was in the hospital? Okay. She looked it up or something, I don't know. This is where Eeny was hospitalized. What? Never mind. I can't see anything. I've got purple hair. I've got a really bad itch. Half my teeth are missing because I was in either a really bad fight or I got really sick. And these characters are so stinking creative. Like, so stinking creative. Like, where are his teeth? Why is his hair pink? Why is he itchy? Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Ah, yes. Are you a doctor here? Like, he has to ask.
Because he doesn't look like a doctor, right? He looks more like a homeless person that put on a lab coat. Yes, I'm Director Hachi. Ho ho. I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. Yes, so what can I help you with? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eeny Meeny. Miss Eeny Meeny, yes. Oh, her. That was weird. It's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. Oh, that's nurse, sorry. Here you are, sir. Yeah, you shouldn't be up on and about. Come on, back to your room with you. Sweetums, calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh to her. Don't you start that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, got it. Got it, yes. Is this an imposter? That's what I was thinking. Who in the world are you? Director Huddy, ho ho. It does look like a random guy that put on a lab coat, right? Like, I can't be the only person who thinks that. You just put it on, didn't you? You're not really Director Hottie. And what kind of name is that for a hospital in the first place? The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I could talk to. Is this guy, honestly, I don't
He looks like a patient, that's true. Patient's undergoing rehabilitation. Look at the strained face twisting in all those ways and that oily sweat. His whole body swaying back and forth, wobble wobble, like he's about to fall. Yes. Hey, don't just cut in my monologue like that. I'm explaining things here. Oh, was that Hottie? Oh, sorry, yes, no, sorry. Yes. It's hard to tell, like when he's talking. I wonder where that door down the hallway leads. That's the X-ray room, yes. How did you know what I was thinking? Yes, well, it's because that's the X-ray room, yes. There's something very peculiar about this guy because I know it's not me. He can read minds. What is he being a doctor for? Must be the waiting area. It's got the feeling of one and there's sofas lined up. I don't see all that many patients. Yes, well, it's the quality, not quantity that counts. What does that have to do with anything? There are seats for your patients, director. This is the clinic's reception desk, but it doesn't look like there's anybody at the counter. On the walls this month's word to the wise. Do something in vain and your only reward is tiredness. Tiredness. Not exactly the best thing to be telling your patients, is it? Yeah, I'm also trying to go to fewer concerts by myself. That's also something I'm working on. Because it seems like going to concerts is... It's a lot like traveling, isn't it? Like, it's something you really should not do alone. Like, it's something I basically have done by myself for the last, like, 10 or so years. And I think it's fine to do on your own, but I don't know. Something you should try to avoid doing by yourself. I think it's one of those things. I don't know. I don't think I should think about it too much. I just wish the theater was closer to my house. Not exactly the best thing to be telling your patients, is it? Just keeps going on and on, and on and on, and on and on. It never ends. Never ends, never changes. Hottie Miney, the clinic. These eeny meenies, Hottie Clinic, eeny miny. Oh my gosh. So what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Yes, we treat all sorts of doctory, clinical stuff. Yes. Doctory, clinical stuff? I don't actually know about particularly care about the details. Oh. Yes, what does that look for? Yes, there's a really big general hospital around the corner. Yes. They can accommodate everyone. They move some of their patients here. You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some of the plastic surgeries here. It seems like he's like some kind of addict or something. It seems, yes, it seems that way. What do you know about Eeny? Now you're talking, yes. That girl, she was transferred from the general hospital. From the general hospital? To here? What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad, really bad. What kind was it? Well, no, you see, that's something, no, I can't tell you. So you say it with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. There's this thing how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. Doctor-patient confidentiality, I believe it's called HIPAA. Here in the States. It's in all those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes. Never going to get him to unzip this broken zipper teeth. That's right. It's gotta be something I can show this old coot. Maybe the profile. Seeing he's really cute and should you right. Yeah, sure. Wish I could see her again. Maybe next time she's a big accident. Yes. I'll tell her for you. Yes, please. I'm waiting for her. Yes, waiting. About this person. I feel like somewhere. I've seen her somewhere before, I think. Comes tomorrow for a consultation. I'm sure we can get reacquainted. I don't believe this. A little confused. Peculiar patient who claims to be Director Hottie. To be extremely helpful. It's me, yes. The hair is so nice, shows off my smartness. Just tried my new hairstyle that I invented. That's okay, I'll pass on this one.
Even as a pretend doctor, he gets enough. This person. Oh, she's nice. She looks like a queen. She's glaring at me. Her stare is making me choke up in tears. Swept by her. It hurt a lot. Oh, I'm so jealous. So did you cry? How did you cry a little? I think I can't actually remember. You know anything about Lada? Oh my gosh. The badge. I finally have the opportunity to present the badge. Finally. What's this? I'm a lawyer. Right now I'm investigating a murder. Yes, what is it with your angry face? Violence is the answer, yes. Trial's tomorrow, and I really like some information from you. Is that right? What do you know? I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually, I'm not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that. What do you mean? Do I have to explain this to him? Hold on, I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Actually, this clinic's museum like this place walking dictionpedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. Specialties in young, silky, smooth, haughty patients. There's nothing I don't know about them. I get embarrassed talking about them. Yeah, how about you keep that kind of information to yourself? Oh, anyway, I know about this little Miss Eeny Miny, right? Little Miss Eeny Miny? That girl, I remember her especially well. Really, especially very well. Tell me more. I'll get to that, trust me I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. That was a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? Nah. She was injured, by the way. My trained eye could see. I could see a huge wound from that. She was in a car accident, wasn't she? Huge injury? Whole body was wrapped around, wrapped in bandages. Her arm was in a cast. That sounds pretty severe, right? Yes, it's an accident. Accident. Scary, yes. Cars, yes. Car, you mean it was a traffic accident? Yeah, that was what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. Looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes. Dare I even ask what's wrong with this old guy? Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation. Talking about Miss Eny's operation? Yes, Miss Eny. That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burned like a bad toast. It was bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? Yes, it was a good thing Miss Eeny Miny Mo had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. Make sure that girl, she's gotten a license. She happened to have a license photo of her. Yes. Oh. So see, I got a picture. It's a way to remember her. Yes, more like she's swiped. More like swiped. Pretty sure. I think so. Wait, what? A pretty girl like her? I bet she has lots of pictures of herself. Sure, it's a treasure. My treasure. Precious. What happened to the actual license itself? Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. She probably got burned up along with the car. Yes. Eny's photo for her driver's license. Director Hottie's treasured possession. You established he's not the director, so why do you keep referring to him as director? So you've looked up information on Eny's accident, correct? Right over paper that covered it at that time. What kind of accident wasn't? You remember? Yes, hold on. I'll go get it for you. Article. You have it? Don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up so excessive to the max, but I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead from this guy. We go, yes. And this Miss Eny was in the passenger seat. Passenger seat, huh? Dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up. Next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Teeny fought with the door, finally got it open, somehow managed to get it away. Read all the details in the article, yes. Flipping to updated in the court record. New clue, I should probably look this over. It's been half a year since Mazzini had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year. It's already been half a year, huh? Yes, so how was I? Was I a real help? Yes. Yeah, you pretty much knew it all. Tell Mazzini I said hi, okay, yes. It's time for me to leave too, yes. Okay, it's definitely time to leave. Man, some of these episodes, they take so long. That's my only recommendation and suggestion for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney number 3. Make the investigation shorter, for the love of goodness. It's too much reading. Like, I've been reading this entire time. Like, how long has this episode been anyway? Hour and a half. Like, I feel like I'm actually a different person after this investigation. How was it? Did you go to clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Yeah, so earlier that old granny called the cops. Huh? The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? Said she had something to tell him. Things are sure getting interesting. Honestly, I'll tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers. I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat and controlling the village folk. Now you see what's turned into a murder, that's what. What a mess. Hey, hold on. That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. She took out her sister, Anna or whatever, Amy, Mystic Amy. It's old news to everyone else in the world. Excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat. Right now the master is this medium named Mystic Faye, but one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? So she killed her sister. You know where Eni is, Lana. Saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. Got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. The master, I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter. Turns out the old bat's Misty Faye's older sister. Oh. Say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Anyway, somehow Granny here lost to her younger sister Misty. I see. Made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sorts of things too, like she's the oldest, yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? His family would have been the branch family, I reckon. I'm not following this at all. That's who she would have replaced. And that's who you referred me to. How do you not know anything about that? Director Hottie's treasured possession. What if her driver license? It's just a picture. That's all it is. She looks like everybody else, doesn't she? Winding way. Oh my gosh, dude. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I've been running around talking to people and gathering evidence. It's a laborious process. I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. What's with that scary look on your face? I've freaking talked to freaking everybody. Take that. Tell me about the traffic accident. Oh, like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Eni just asked whose accident. Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Another person's accident? Got someone in mind? I can present this license photo, right? I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So wow, how strange. I have like no idea what you're talking about. Can you like prove I was in an accident? And then I present the newspaper clippings. Is that right? Yeah. Yep. Clipping. Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says, Miss Eenie Meenie holds interview about crash. Yeah, sorry guys. It's just so long and so much dialogue. I'm like, he suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me, huh? I mean, like, this person is like the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Meenie, is like pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Miney, is in there here too. Like, totally, wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally, like, getting goosebumps. You think I'm going to let you get away with that? So now what? Do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? I believe the other newspaper clipping thing. This photo. This again. This is your proof. What's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That could be a fake director. Are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so like I was in an accident, sure. But that's like totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. I say that's one of the women who died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose that woman who died in the accident could be your sister? I believe it was your sister, Mimi Miney. Mimi. Riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Chewing on your hat. Why wouldn't you just tell the truth? There's really nothing to hide about that. Yeah, like I was riding, and then I forgot how to drive. It was so tragic. Riding that car with my sister. We were like on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. Actually, that happens to me sometimes too. Sometimes in the driver's seat, and then it becomes an even bigger problem. I would say it's less of an issue when you're in the passenger side. Or less of an issue. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped through the passenger side door. And your sister? I couldn't do anything. The car's full of smoke, I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, some of those car fires are hard to tell. And I would say they're pretty rare, actually. Even after an accident for a car to catch fire like that, I'd say it's extremely rare. I've never been in an accident like that where the car caught fire and someone was still trapped inside, but I have to wonder if it's safe or not to pull someone out of a car that's on fire.
I think I could at least try because burns are probably not going to be as bad. But yeah, it's hard to say. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Yeah, I'm confused now because she says she was asleep in the passenger side. But her sister was also asleep, so they were both asleep. He's totally out to get my sister. Well, he did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder, does this have any good reason to murder Dr. Gray? Seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say I'm impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I want to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. I can't believe it's still going. Like, this is freaking crazy. Dude, like this. Again, they make the investigations too long, in my opinion, in this game. Like, I remember the investigations being long in Ace Attorney, but they were, I don't think they were this long. I don't think they were. Grand Village, somehow the same day, June 21st. Looks like something's up. Stop, leave my mother alone. Oh, hey, hold on, okay, pal, I'm not gonna hurt. Oh dear, it's perfectly alright. I'll be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please let me go too. I must stay here and protect the manor. What? Don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. Show you something cool. Here, look, real pistol. Detective, do not upset me further. Sorry. I just wanted to show your daughter something cool. Poor Gumshoe being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Oh. And I need to still ask her about those cover-up job. Mother. This has never happened before. Pearls, Mr. Nick. Really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Say anything. I'm terrible at this. Well, Mystic Maya. She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. She must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. You can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by your side. Stare is piercing. I wanted to ask you about your aunt. Which pitiful is that? Again, like... She really doesn't know anything about that. Was it before she was born? I don't know, maybe. Kept me waiting, Phoenix. In his bag, wearing a very revealing shirt as usual. So how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. The man is found guilty or innocent is a heavy weight to bear. Again, I thought she was off for self-defense. Memory serves, Mia had a few psych-locks of her own. Yeah, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information. Sure, I welcome you to try. Why wouldn't she just divulge that information in the first place? We're supposed to be on the same side, Mia. Yes. Yeah, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer. Is that where the lock is? Why do you think so? Really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. Looks like it's time for you to explain the reason. Battle of wits against Mia. Why aren't you giving me the information? You're supposed to be my mentor. There's a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean, like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the challenge chamber? They were already in there. We established that there was a clothing bin that the person was able to hide in. We already know that. You guys were standing around in front of the room after the challenge started. Means that the murderer must have gone into the room before the challenge, or that the murderer was already there in hiding. That's what I'm thinking. I already said that there wasn't anyone else in there. Well, Maya wouldn't know that if that's true. Can't figure out the murderer's movements for stuff like that. Whale. Never thought I'd see the day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? They're the only ones who seem to be able to do it or know what it's about. This case is all about spirit channeling, and I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. That's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yes, you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling. Something our ancestor mystic Amy Faye acquired. I've heard that name before. The Faye family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Amy was born, she was given a certain fate. Because, you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Taba. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the sacred urn. Actually sits in the Winding Way and has her name written on it. Yeah, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. You're saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? How are you here? Come on, Phoenix. We don't have time to be looking like this. We need to find out everything for the trial tomorrow. We were just talking about this urn. How is it you don't have anything to say about it? You have to just present the Magatama right off the bat. I was also wanting to present the profile. The profile of Amy Faye for events. Again, this is why the game frustrates me. How would you not have anything to say whatsoever about your own mother? Any of that happening? Like, she had absolutely nothing to say about her mom being murdered by her aunt. Like, really, you had no knowledge of this, really. I think she would have at least said something about it. The Magatama. Yeah, you can essentially only present the Magatama at this point in time. That's the only thing you can't present to have a progression made. Yeah, great. You know nothing about your own mom. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you, is that right? Yes, and I don't know why. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Morgan Faye. Your aunt, but again, how is it the case? How is it the case you know nothing about Morgan Faye or your mom? I ask you about it. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with anyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. Lots of scrap. Like, I'm not exactly sure. Because we're trying to make the case Eenie Meenie was hiding in that clothing bin, right? The trunk. But we're trying to make that case. Why is Morgan covering it up? Why is she framing her niece? Why is she involved whatsoever in the murder? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense at all. Proof is this piece of cloth. I found it in the incinerator near the Winding Way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. It means from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of murder. Yes. Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes, but why? I don't know why. There is only one person who could have done that. One person who's taking care of my aunt. Maya, my aunt. What's that look at me? Like, it's so long. Like, dang. Your argument is too flimsy. No proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. This blood, and do you know whose blood that is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? Is it the costume itself? Black key. I don't know what the black key means, but it's the black key.
think it's the proof you're looking for. Key to the channeling chamber, huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key, and yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. This is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. Again, that never actually happened, so how would you know that? I believe it's a mistranslation, because how else would you know that? She didn't actually say that. We actually talked to Maya, and she did not say that. So how would you know that? There is no way you would know that. There is no connection between this key and that cloth. There is actually no connection, logically speaking, because the connection has not yet been established in the game. You can rewind this episode, rewatch it from beginning to our current point in time, and she did not ever say that that key was hiding in her wardrobe. Now, admittedly, I don't recall us actually presenting the key, but I don't think that was an option at the time. Maybe I forgot. But I don't believe that she said it. She did not actually say anything about the key. So again, even if she would have said something if you presented that key, she didn't actually say it. So how would he know that? Both this key and cloth were found inside the incinerator, which means that this piece of cloth was part of my costume. Certainly seemed that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes. Burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. But so the connection was not made between the key and Maya. There's only one person who could have done that. The connection was made between the key and Pearl. But there's only one person who could have done that. The one person who taken care of Maya. Exactly. Did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. She was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me. But I want you to know, but I want to know. If my aunt is the culprit, how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? An accomplice? Gosh dang, like... Eeny Meeny, she's the answer to the final question. My aunt and Eeny Meeny were in cahoots. Again, why? Why would Maya do... Sorry, not why. Not Maya, but Morgan. Why would Morgan do that? That's her niece. Why would she do that? Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person can carry out. A person who would have to know a lot about Faye Manor and the village to do this. Morgan already has an alibi, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eeny Meeny is involved somehow, but we have a big problem on our hands. A problem with what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Or implicate her niece, for that matter. Like, whether she intended to or not, Maya's being accused of murdering Dr. Gray, so why would she want to do that? Or kill Dr. Gray, yeah. We don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Meany. Meany doesn't have a clue either, huh? And there's only one possibility, huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? Why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Could have something to do with her own cover-up job. She murdered her sister to become the new master. We don't really know why that was the case. She's the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course, Misty Faye. Mia and Maya's mother. I thought her name was Amy. Confused. Who is Amy then? Is that Morgan's mom? I don't know. She don't know. Is that the grandma? Mia and Maya's mother? Why would she bring her up now? Looks like we gathered everything we could. All you have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will win. Won't lose. Gosh dang, dude, like, it's a little bit too long on the long side. Like, you lose a lot of your traction, action, and excitement when the investigations are so long. like any like revelations that would have been otherwise very inspiring or give you a sense of conviction aren't actually there. Because it takes so long, you're like, do I even really care anymore? Does anything have meaning at all anymore? I don't know. We'll find out in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to eat, and then after that, I will be back with more Spiritfarer, and then follow that with Hearthstone, if that's in the cards. It's almost 4 o'clock here today. The concert will be at 8 o'clock. So, with that being said, yeah, it's going to be cold. So, might not feel like that, doing that. It would give me a chance to see the Ogden, but maybe I'll do some research on my side, see what else is playing through there, and try to see a different show. Even though I do think it's going to be a great show tonight. I'd love to hear Circle of the Drain live. But, yeah. I don't know. Think about it. But, yeah. I'll try to be back later today with Spiritfarer at least, and if not, tomorrow, and then Hearthstone and Wrath as well.